Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today we're basically going to be looking at something that I picked up, and I posted a short about it, and as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there, it's the top left hand video. This is not for gaming. Now if you've watched that short, you know what it's about. It is basically about this little device here, which is a PCI Express riser card. So what we're going to be looking at now on it is, I haven't got a GPU to test on it. I know the GPUs won't work anyway, but I have got a PCI Express to M.2 adapter. So it's a PCI Express 4 times to NVMe SATA M.2, 32 gigabits per second and 6 gigabytes per second PCI card. So we're going to test this on there. All I have at the moment, I don't have an M.2 NVMe, but I do have an M.2, a Samsung M.2 SATA 128 gig drive to test on there. So, well, I'll be going through all of that. So I'm going to use it on this machine here. So, right. So I'll shut this one down. There we are. Right. And if you give me 1 second, I'm just going to pause the video right there. Right, so all I've done is just adjusted this camera. Right, it's my iPhone 13 that I've got connected. So I'm just going to disconnect this machine here. Because this is the machine I'm going to be using it on. Something like that. Maximize the desktop space. And put my keyboard like that. This is the machine that I was gifted by a family member back when I started this channel. It has an Asus H81M-K with an Intel Pentium G3 3320, I think it is. Processor with 8 gig of RAM. Right, so I'm just going to open this up. Switch screens as well. Make it easier for people to see what I'm doing. So put that to one side. So this is inside the machine there. See if I can get a bit more light on there. Oh, that's a lot better. Right. So my face is going to be bright as out, but at least we've... So there's the main board there. Now, the actual PCI Express riser, which is this here. Let's turn that light down slightly. Right, so all it says is PCI Express 1X to 16X. It doesn't have a model on there. All it has is a PCIe or PCE 16.4P-N03. I don't see any other information on there that would give otherwise to what it was. I did buy this for the intention of maybe doing a bit of crypto mining, but when I got it, GPU prices were so high, couldn't afford to get one. So then I just used it in the video. When I'd heard what people were trying to do with them, it was what? I was like, no, I've got to do a video on that. So I was like, okay. So you get 4 pieces in the kit. You get your main board, your PCIe 1X to USB, your USB 3 cable, and that goes to here, and then you've got your Molex connector. Now I'm using the actual SAT to Molex in a different machine, but I should have a spare Molex in this machine I can use to do it. So right, so that's that. I'm just going to lay this down. Right, so I've got my main SSD here. I've got, which is Kingston 512, or my Kingston 512. I've got a 1 terabyte hard disk drive on there. Just has loads of files on there. DVD rewritable in there, because I still use discs. So I'm gonna figure out where to put this. Right, so I'm just gonna use one of the 1X slots, because I don't need to remove this. I don't need to remove this because I'm just going to put it inside. So, and I'm going to show you the board that I'm putting in there. So I'm just going to put this in first. and my camera's gone off. I'll pause it there and see what I can do with my camera. Oh, it's come back on. Never mind. Right, so right, I'm just gonna stick right, that's gone a bit funky, so I'm going to sort that out in a second. So I'm just going to stick that in that slot there. So as you can see, it is in that slot. Right, it's gone a bit funny. So I'm just going to pause it there and then see what the crack is. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had it disconnected from USB, which I normally have it connected to, and it went on the Wi-Fi. Now my Wi-Fi router is quite far away, so that was what the problem was. Right, so if you didn't get what I was going on about before, right, so I'll do that bit again. Right, so I have the PCI 1X, PCI Express 1X to USB 3 adapter. I'm just going to stick that in the top available slot, so then it's in there, and then I'm going to connect the USB 3 cable to both boards like so. And then, if I could connect it, I'll just disconnect it. I haven't got enough Molex connectors. So I'm just going to disconnect the DVD drive for now. I'm not using that at the moment, so problem is it's cable managed, so it's going to be a bit funky. Right. As you can see, it's not an ideal situation, but we do with what we can. So I'm just going to put this to the side for now. And then I'm going to get the PCI Express to M.2 adapter. Now, I picked this adapter. I had to buy this adapter. It was £13.99 when I bought it on Amazon. So what I'll do is, if you want to get this board, I will leave a link in the description. I haven't really tested it out yet. It was the purpose of getting this board was to do this video. So it comes with a matte black large and a matte black low profile slot covers. Right, so I've got what looks like two sets of standoffs. So now on the board itself, this board I particularly picked because it supports both M.2 NVMe and M.2 SATA. The top slot here, that is the M.2 SATA, and that's the NVMe M.2. I haven't got an NVMe drive to test. I will be doing a video when I get my hands on one on putting an NVMe in this system. However, this system is too old to be able to boot from NVMe. It does not have the BIOS capability to boot from it. So I'm just going to get my standoff and try and put that camera down a bit so the Elgato, because that's the software I'm using on my iPhone, is the Elgato software, camera software. And because at the moment all my videos are unpaid, so I pay for everything myself. I'm not paying. I can't afford to pay basically for the Elgato, for the pro version of the Elgato software at the moment, right? So I need to get my drive out. Now again, the SATA drive I bought. Now this I actually bought off Facebook Marketplace. Somebody upgraded the drive to an NVMe in a laptop, and this was what it has, and I paid 10 quid for this. So that it's 120 gig, I think it is. Yeah, 120 gig Samsung. So yeah, I paid a tenner for this. So that's basically a good deal, right? So I need to, because this standoff, I need to put in, by the looks of it, right, I need to find out what, so it's 2280. Right, so it's not on that. Keep your finger on there. Now I have a little nut driver just to tighten these up. I'm not going to tighten it too tight. Fits perfectly. And then I'm going to get me M.2 drive. The only thing about this board is you have to connect a SATA M.2 SATA cable to the actual SATA ports on the board. This board doesn't support SATA through the PCI Express, which it's not a bother. I've got plenty of free ports. I've got one free port there. My one free cable, and it's done it again. I'll just pause it there again. I do apologise. Right, I think that's going to be a running theme of this video. I think it's the cable. go. Right, so let's see if it goes off again. No? Okay, right. So I'll get me a screwdriver. Get a little screw. Let's screw this M.2 in. Right, so ensuring I've got a nice little gap in there, like that, sitting nice and flat. Right, so we're going to be putting this into the, I do believe I don't have anything on this drive. Well, there shouldn't be anything on this drive, so I'll stick that straight into the adapter. Right, we should put everything else away for now. Like I say, I'm going to put a link to, in the description for this, because if you've got an old M.2 SATA and you wouldn't be able to connect it up if you upgrade to NVMe, then you don't have an extra port in your system. So you have a modern system and you only have one M.2 port. Then if you've got a 4X port on it, then ideal. So I'll just be 1 second. So that's all plugged in. Keyboard done. And it'll help if I turn the machine on. So I'm just gonna adjust the camera. Right, first of all, I'm going to go into the UEFI and I'm going to check the SATA information. Do you know what I'm forgetting to do? I'm forgetting to connect the SATA cable up. One moment. Right, so just to show you that it's still connected, There we go, you can see the board still in that adapter. So try and get it so it goes a better screen. Right. So again, back into the BIOS. Go into SATA information, and as you can see on the bottom there, the Samsung 128 gig MZNTY 128 HDP. So it's detected it going through that and riser. Let's see if I can get a lot. I might have to hold this. So as you can see, like that, I've got me Kingston hard drive there, and I've got me Western Digital there, 1 terabyte, and my Samsung NVMe, M.2 SATA, sorry, not NVMe. Right, so I'm gonna come out of here, F8, I'm gonna boot from Kingston. Now it seemed like there was a boot partition on there. I think I might have used this M.2 SATA drive before. Move that light out of the way. As you can see, I'm using an iPhone 13. Right. So now that I have drive connected, let's see. So it's picked it up as a local disk. What's on this? So there is actually a Windows partition on here. Right. What Windows partition? I don't know. Realtek. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to boot from that partition. See what we've got. Bear in mind, this is still running for that GPU riser, from that riser. Right. So where is it? There we are. Okay, we have a boot. What are we booting into? Windows 11. 2 seconds. Which drive? No. So it didn't boot into that drive, right? So I mustn't have recognised that partition. So what I'll do is manage. Disk management. That one there. going to clean it and then so initialize the disk, GPT partition, as you can see that. I'm just going to format it. M.2 SATA 128 SSD. Right, so there we are. Popped up format straight away and popped up straight away. So I'm going to use, where have I got this? I do apologise because I'm actually holding the phone with my hand. Right, just disk info. Let's have a look at the info of this drive. Right. Hiding serial numbers because I don't like people knowing serial numbers. Right, so right, we have a power on count of right, that's a bit strange. Don't know what's going on there, like, but we've got a power on count of 2,179, power on hours of 2,755, but it's apparently it's read no 0 gigabytes and it's written 0 gigabytes, which is quite impossible because it had a Windows partition on there. But it's in great condition apparently. Wear leveling count, so it's at 92%. By the looks of that. Is it? I wonder if the Kingston SSD manager picks up the. No, it doesn't. Same at Kingston's at 99%, so right. Go back onto test software. Disk info. Nope. Right, so I want to benchmark it. Right, so yep, let's pick D straight away. So I want to test all, see what this is. Like I say, I do apologise if it's a bit shaky. I have to hold it with my hands. So we have a rate of 285 meg. Which I suppose is not too bad if it's going through. Because you gotta bear in mind, this actual No, it shouldn't affect that because it's going through the SATA cable, so it's using the actual, oh wait, it's connected through SATA 3, and not SATA 3, SATA 2, yeah. So the bottleneck on this speed might be inaccurate because I've got it connected to the slower SATA ports, the 3 gigabyte per second ports instead of the 6G. But it seems to be running quite well. You probably have noticed I have got another one there, and I've got another one there. That one is dead. That is completely dead. I don't know what's wrong with that. It could be missing some parts off here or something like that. I do not know. Completely dead. This one, I bought from CEX, and I'm going to be doing something with that one. Again, 10 quid. That's a SK Hynix, I believe. Yep, it's an SK Hynix 128 gig. Right, so I'm going to stop this there. So I haven't got a GPU I can try to connect this to this. No, I haven't got a GPU I can connect to it. I know for a fact when I connected this up, I was working on my brother's computer, and he had, I think it was a 570, an Asus 570. GPU. It's an oldish type. It's an older card. And when I did the short, I actually tried it myself to test out the theory, and it didn't work. So that's basically it. I have put the main camera back on there. So that is basically it. For that, it's not for gaming. It was never meant for gaming. It's for GPU mining, and crypto mining at the moment. It's not worth investing in crypto mining. It's not even worth buying cryptocurrency at the moment. Cost of living crisis, especially in the UK and the United States, fuel, the crisis in Europe or Eastern Europe, has taken its toll on everything. Again, that's basically it for this video. I am going to be doing some more videos on that adapter. I'm going to actually be using that adapter because I'm going to take my Kingston drive out, but I'm going to have to do a clone of that drive. But I need to see how much space I've used on this first. Ooh, I've used 100 gig. It might be worth deleting files off here before I even attempt. What do I have on here? I shouldn't have anything on here that downloads. Oh my god, my downloads folder's full. Right. Yeah, I'll be doing a clone. I'll clean this drive off as much as I possibly can, and then we'll go through the clone. I'll be putting that drive in the 16X bay in that computer because it won't fit into the 1X bays. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you like the content, and please share this video with your friends. Try and get this video out, because there'll be a lot of people out there trying to use GPU risers or PCI Express risers to connect their GPUs externally, and it don't work. They're not designed for it. The bandwidth going down the USB 3 cable is not capable of that amount of data that the ports. That's why it only goes from 1X to 16X. Now bear in mind, it's going from 1X. A GPU won't run on 1X. Definitely will not. That's why it doesn't work. If you can get, say, an 8X or a 4X or an 8X, don't might not be able to, like, but maybe it's a 8X to USB adapter, then maybe it might work, but not through 1X on a PCI Express bus. Sorry, it's not the USB cable, that's USB 3, so it's the actual 1X adapter that does not work. So again, thank you very much for watching this video, and I should see you in the next one.